This is a complete culture shock for me.
I worked with the post office for 32 years. I've never seen anything like this.
I don't know that this damage can be repaired.
We are trained from day one to never delay the mail. Delaying the mail has always been a disciplinary offense in the Postal Service.
When DeJoy came in, it just all of a sudden, hey, guess what? No more late trucks. Boom, put a stop to it. Deliver what mail you have. But when the carrier gets more mail and he's running his route, after his 8 hours is done and his shift is done, they cut off the route. So at the end of that route is not going to get their mail. I've had mail handling friends that tell me, I'm at the end of the route and I haven't got mailed in 3 or 4 days.
There was no explanation, right? They were just given an edict. What you end up seeing was when you mailed a letter to your daughter or your grandmother or whoever, what you saw was that the letter didn't get there for almost a week.
I know so many elderly people in Indiana that rely on the Postal Service to get their medications on a regular basis. They can't be delayed 4, 5, 6 days. And it's been very difficult for postal workers to sit and watch that mail just being delayed when we know there are customers out there that are looking for their mail.
Now he's saying, well, we're not going to delay mail. So to me, it was an admission of, yeah, okay, you did put those policies in, right? The damage is done. Machines are scrapped. I can speak for Ohio and Cleveland. We have 5 of those. They were tarped. What tarp mean is they turned them off. In other words, they pulled the plug and they just put a tarp over. You have an increase in the volume, right? Because of Christmas season, as well as the ballots, right? So we're going to see that increase. So they were tarped, right? Not scheduled to be dismantled. When he came in, he moved forward and said, no, I don't want them just tarped. I want them dismantled. They were put out back, dismantled, rained on. So we know they're not going to bring those back.
There are 671 machines nationwide that are slated for removal. They're selling some of these machines. And if the post office thinks that they're removing these machines to save money, they're selling them for a few $100s. And typically these machines cost $500,000 or more.
When you have someone who's been working in mail processing for years, all the employees are questioning, do they realize what they're doing or know what they're doing? And so it shows evidence. That's why you do not hire someone who has no familiar with the mail.
We are a service. We're not a business. So you can't expect us to act as a business because we're there to serve the American public every day. To be able to get through the balloting, the dramatic increase in the numbers of ballots that we expect to handle, we're going to need financial assistance. We're going to have to be able to use all of our mail processing equipment. We don't want any more equipment removed. Postmaster General said he would stop it for now.
I feel very confident that we can handle the volume of mail. It is a lot of pressure on us to have to hold all these ballots in our hands and make sure they get where they need to go. But they are important just as every piece of mail that we hold is important.
Right now, along with this pandemic that we've been dealing with across the country and across the world, the Postal Service and those ones that you see on the street every day or come to the station or what have you, we have been a sense of normalcy for people, right? No matter what's going on, you saw that guy or woman walking down the street delivering that package.
If the Postal Service continues to degrade service, we're going to lose business. We believe to keep the Postal Service, who is owned by the American people, on solid financial footing, then we need some help from Congress.